By the end of the afternoon, all the other AlphaPets were tired too, but they were laughing and very happy. "I guess I missed a good time again," Lizzy said. "Maybe I should have tried to dance after all."
Storybugs.
Hello and welcome back to Storytime. I'm glad you're here today. We're going to read Lizzy at Last from our AlphaPet book series, and this is written by Ruth, Lerner, Perle and illustrated by Judy Blankenship. And this already looks like fun. Hooray, hooray! It was the AlphaPet Library's 10th annual fundraiser. All the AlphaPets were planning special events to celebrate. Emmy, the exaggerating elephant, gave one of her big, fancy parties. Everyone had a lovely time, except Lizzy, the lazy lamb. Lizzy was so slow getting ready that by the time she arrived at Emmy's house, the party was over and everyone was going home. "I guess I missed a good time," Lizzy said. "I would have been here sooner, but getting dressed was so much work." "Try to get an early start next time and move a little faster," suggested Tina, the truthful tiger. "I'll try," said Lizzy. The next day, Ole the obedient ostrich invited everyone to a square dance in his barn. All the AlphaPets danced, except Lizzy. "All this hopping and skipping makes me tired," she said. "I can't keep up with that music. It's too fast for me." So Lizzy sat down in a rocking chair and watched. By the end of the afternoon, all the other AlphaPets were tired too, but they were laughing and very happy. "I guess I missed a good time again," Lizzy said. "Maybe I should have tried to dance after all." That evening, there was a fireworks display at Ladybug Lake. Everyone was going, so there was a long line at the entrance gate. "This line is so long," Lizzy said to herself. "I'll sit down on the grass and wait till it gets shorter." Lizzy sat down. She waited and waited. The line moved slowly. Lizzy thought about the fireworks. She imagined sparklers, starbursts, and great big circles of color that looked like balloons and lollipops. Lizzy was so busy daydreaming that by the time she got to the ticket booth, the sign said, "Sold out." Soon the fireworks display was over. Herbie the happy hamster walked home with Connie the cuddly cat. On their way, they saw Lizzy sitting on her porch. "Hey, Lizzy, we missed you." "Those fireworks were really spectacular," called Herbie. "The biggest and best ever," said Connie. "I'm sure they looked lovely. I'm sorry I missed them," Lizzy said. The biggest and final event of the library celebration was the storybook parade. Delilah the demanding duck blew her whistle and called everyone together to tell them all about it. "Attention, attention," she shouted. "The big parade takes place tomorrow. You must all dress up like a character from a storybook so we can parade through the town. We'll end up here at the library, and afterwards there will be a storybook ball." "Yippee!" Everyone was excited. "I'll be Little Red Riding Hood," cried Connie the cuddly cat. "I'll be Pinocchio," added Tina the truthful tiger. "I'll be Captain Hook," said Bradley the brave bear. "I'll be Rumpelstiltskin," Justin the joking jackal said with a giggle. "I'll be Frankenstein. He's lots of fun," Yori the yucky yak decided. "And I'll be Cinderella. She's the best," called Emmy, fluttering her eyelashes. "Then it will be my great pleasure to be Prince Charming," said Rupert, the resourceful rhinoceros. "And what will you be, Lizzy?" he asked. "I don't know. I'll think about it later," answered Lizzy. The next day, everyone was getting ready for the parade. Some of the AlphaPets decided to play in the band. Lizzy watched as they practiced playing the march. "Don't you want to play in our band?" asked Wendy, the wise woodchuck. "No, thank you, Wendy. Practicing takes too much time," said Lizzy. Lizzy curled up in the corner and listened to the others play. She closed her eyes and imagined she was Princess Lizzy leading the parade. Suddenly, Lizzy felt someone shaking her. It was Wendy. "Hey there, Lizzy, you've been daydreaming again," Wendy said. "There's no time for daydreaming. We're all busy getting ready for the parade," said Wendy. "We could use some help making the floats." So Lizzy worked with all her might. She measured and sawed. She nailed and hammered. She sanded and painted. Lizzy huffed and puffed, but she didn't stop. The AlphaPets were so amazed to see little Lizzy working so hard. "Good for you," Wendy said. "Now you deserve a rest." Lizzy was getting tired, but it was fun to work with her friends, and she didn't want to stop. She picked up another piece of lumber and started to saw. Back and forth went the saw. The buzz of the saw made Lizzy very drowsy. "You really must rest now, or you'll be too tired to enjoy the ball," insisted Rupert. "Sit down on this cot for a while and think about who you'd like to be." "Okay," Lizzy said, covering a yawn. "But only for a moment. I'm having lots of fun." She sat down and put her feet up. But Lizzy was so tired she fell asleep. She slept while the AlphaPets put up the loudspeakers and hung strings of lights. She slept while they tuned and polished their instruments. And she slept while they made their costumes and funny-colored masks. Before long, everyone was dressed and the floats were ready to roll. Emmy tightened the laces on her dress. Rupert pulled on his leotards and tights. Connie adjusted her red cape. Tina straightened her long nose. Bradley fixed his pirate's hat. Justin tied a big ruffled collar around his neck. And Yori laced his boots. As they were about to start the parade, Emmy said, "Oh dear, we forgot about Lizzy." "Poor Lizzy, she worked so hard she's still asleep," said Bradley. "There's no point in waking her now," Justin said. "It's too late for her to join the parade." "Just look at her. She looks so beautiful," said Connie. "Wait a minute. I have an idea," said Rupert. "But we'll have to hurry. There's no time for us to be lazy." "Bradley, get the spare wheels out of my truck and bring them here. Yori, get the curtain off the window. Emmy, you pick a bunch of lilacs from the garden. Tina, you bring a pillow." It was time for the parade to begin. First came the music. Then the floats and all the storybook characters. They marched, bowed, and twirled for all to see. The spectators cheered and clapped. "I don't see Lizzy," said Nellie the naughty newt. "I bet she's missing out on the fun again." Finally, the last float came rolling slowly down the street. It stopped in front of the library. Everyone pointed and craned their necks. "Ooh, ah, look, it's lovely, it's delightful, it's Sleeping Beauty. It's Lizzy!" the crowd shouted. "Hooray!" All the AlphaPets clapped and cheered. The clapping and cheering woke Lizzy. She sat up and rubbed her eyes. I'm afraid I fell asleep, she said to Rupert, who was marching nearby. I had a beautiful dream. I dreamed that I was a princess in a fairy tale. This time your dream was real, cried Rupert. You were what you are, a perfect sleeping beauty. Soon it was time for the ball. Everyone went up to the steps of the library. The band started to play. The AlphaPets started to dance. And so did Lizzy. She danced and danced all night. And she had a wonderful time. All right. These are L words for L for Lizzy. Lock, ladder, lollipop, log, lemon, lamp, locket, and lilacs. Thank you guys for joining me for that fun story, and I hope you'll come back for another one. If you guys enjoyed reading that story, would you please click subscribe down below? We read new stories just like this one every day, and we would love to let you know when there's a new story to listen to.